Do you buy a home with cash or with mortgage? A very important question, very close to my heart. Hi, I'm Amol Heda with Keller Williams Bay Area Estates and author of Thriving Through Ownership. So this is an extremely important question. For those that don't have the money, of course, you only have to dip in a mortgage. And that's how I started my career or my real estate journey with a mortgage, because I barely had any money, and if I were to have to pay full cash, I would not be able to buy a property at all. So let's dig deep into why mortgages. So today, when the interest rate is so high, and high not because it's at the 18%, it's currently at maybe between 5 and 6%. So when the interest rate is between 5 and 6%, people think, why should I give away my money to interest when I can save that much money? And just 2 years back, the interest rate was in the 2 and the bank savings rate was 0.1 or 0.5, something like that. So your money sitting in the bank does not really work very well. But so that is why what people do is they go and buy a home with interest. But now let me unfold one item at a time on why it is very wise to buy a home on a mortgage. So, say you're buying $1 million property and the interest rate is 6%. For a whole year, you're giving $60,000 away because of that mortgage. So, if you had a $1 million mortgage, in order to be able to buy that home, you're giving away $60,000 in interest. Maybe somewhat less because you do some down payment. The best and the number one benefit of getting a mortgage is that the first $750,000 in the mortgage amount, the interest that you pay on the first $750,000 is tax deductible. Go talk to your tax consultant about this, because if you are in the very high tax bracket and you have already hit the alternative minimum tax and all those rules, I'm not sure, because we are not tax consultants, we are not supposed to advise, but as a rule, the interest on the first $750K is tax deductible. So for $1 million purchase price, you would have $800K as a mortgage, and that $800K mortgage, out of that, the first $750 is tax deductible. So you can reduce your income by that much amount. How much is $750 times 6%? About $48,000. And then there is a state and local tax maximum of another $10,000. So 45 plus 10, you can take $55,000 in tax break. So if you are in a federal 35% tax bracket and state 10% tax bracket, you are in 45% tax bracket. 45% of $55,000 is about $25,000 per year. That's about $2,000 a month. So you might think that only you are paying interest. Think again. If you are saving money on taxes, $2,000 a month, the government is taking a share to pay that mortgage with you. Think deeper and you will understand. Number 2, when you take a mortgage, so for $1 million, say you take $800,000 as mortgage. So you only stick your own $200,000 under the property. The first thing that I say is that when you stick only $200,000 and say the home goes up 10% in 1 year, so the property becomes million for $1,100,000. So that $100,000 you made only on your $200,000. So you got a 50% return on that down payment. So just get this again. Say, just like in Bay Area, we see about a 10% appreciation. If you want me to walk you through the numbers, watch my video on stock market and real estate match gains. That video will help you. So if your gains are about 10% and you only invested 1/5 of that amount, not the entire $1 million, you made these $100,000 only on that $200,000, not the entire $1 million. Are you getting it right? So this is what we call in real estate as leverage. And I got my first condo with just 5% down, or $25,000. The home that I bought the first time was $388,000. So I accidentally leveraged, and I came out of the home with a check of $167,000 in 5 years. In 5 years, I came out with $167,000. How much did my $25,000 become? Almost 8 times. Show me how many other investments can give you that kind of return. And that combined with the tax break that I got. So I am not even sure as to why anybody goes and buys their property with their own money, full cash. There is 34% transactions that go full cash. I have 3 more reasons as to why you should buy with a mortgage. I think I'm going to put them here and then we can discuss those in detail afterwards. My first reason is, if you buy a property for $1 million and say tomorrow the market crashes to $500,000, how much money did you lose out of your own pocket? $500,000, right? But now say you only put $200,000 as down payment and the market crashes by 50%, like what happened in 2009, 2013. What is your loss in that case? Only the $200,000. So what that does is it gives you that money to ride a downturn and go back up. That's one reason. Secondly, we're here in the Bay Area. We continue to see hiring, firing, ultra high salaries, and sometimes no jobs. So we see these kinds of shakes going on here in the Bay Area. So what I tell my clients is, if you don't have a mortgage on the property, you're still going to pay property taxes. You're still going to pay your food. You're going to pay for your vacations. You're going to pay for health care. Yes, health care, if you don't have a job, you start paying health insurance. And you pay for your insurance. If you are going to continue to make all these payments, why just shy away from that one simple mortgage payment that gives you tax break, that gives you leverage? So think deep. I'll probably explore these concepts more deeper afterwards, and I have dealt with them in my book. So definitely take a look at this. So people invert security big time. They think that pushing the money under the home is a safe way to live. But when you don't have the money, how do you live? How do you enjoy? How do you take your kids out? How do you really give yourself what you need. So think again, cash versus mortgage. And if you have more questions, do talk to me. I'm always here. I hope this was helpful and see if someone else needs the help. Thanks for watching. See you on my next one. Bye.